What's going on, guys? Big Ember here, and I'm going to be in another video today. And today I'm going to talk about the best enchantments, well, the one, I don't know, I can't say the best, but the enchantments I feel are the best to use in the Minecraft dungeons. And as always, I do it every single time, but I live stream on Twitch pretty much every day, so be sure to follow me on Twitch. And, come tune in sometimes, say hi, all the good stuff. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so I'm ready for the best enchantment. So on my axe, I've done a video before this on builds, but this time I'm going to do enchantments. So basically, on my axe I've got Swirling 3, Critical Hit 3, and Radiance 3, right? And we come over here, right? So in my opinion, Exploding here, so we've got this enchantment here, Exploding is powerful. In my opinion, this is useless. Because by the time they explode, you've already killed all the enemies. Like, mobs explode shortly after they're defeated, but by the time, you kill them, they're already dead. Like, it doesn't even matter. But in my opinion, once you get to the high level, so if you're starting off, all these like common enchantments are all, just use any of them. When you're a common enchantment, emeralds is always nice, get some more emeralds, that's always good, But once you get to the high levels, you want nothing but powerful, really, when it comes to melee weapons. So gravity is really good. If something has a really large area damage, as you can see, this has hardly any area damage, but this is full. Unfortunately, this didn't come with gravity, but where it's got swirling, I would have chosen gravity, because since there's such a large area, like AoE, so therefore it will hit a lot more enemies. So this would be kind of useless on this on flail because the area is so small. But see, I've got it on my daggers. Well, I've got on my 1A daggers. I've got gravity, and look how small the area is. Like I really shouldn't have that on there. I should have something different. But say something like this, gravity would be alright on this because you got like it's 50 area. It's halfway, so you could have gravity, thundering, and I don't know, maybe chains for aspect, whatever you want. But an enchantment I will always recommend getting is Critical Hit. Critical Hit is a must-have on pretty much all melee weapons. Critical Hit, in my opinion, is 20% chance to critical hit, and especially on my daggers and the bottom, since the attack speed on this Whirlwind Axe is pretty low, but on my daggers it's half. So like this critical hit, if I drag these on here and I'll show you, the critical hit triggers so much more often, especially since I've got the mushroom down here. The critical hit triggers so much more often because I'm getting so many more hits down, which is really, really nice. So I always like get critical hit on anything. Same with this, I've got critical hit on this. Now see, I've got the good setup on this. I've got gravity on this one. Actually, can I enchant? No, I've got one enchantment point, sure. So I've got gravity on this one because it's got 50 area, or 60, it's like 60 out of 100 area, anyway. So therefore the splash damage is so much more great. It even says here it's got great splash. So therefore gravity is so much more useful because it pulls all the enemies into me and I'm doing so much damage to a big bunch of mobs that it makes it worthwhile. Now another enchantment that I recommend, these are the two enchantments I'll always recommend having on a melee weapon, is Critical Hit and Radiance. Radiance because there's a 20% chance that it will heal you and your allies. So this is another must-have in later game. Like Radiance, you're always constantly getting healed. And like you most of the time never die, but it is very RNG based, You can go up to like 25, 30 hits without getting any Radiance and you'll die because of it. So it can suck sometimes, but majority of the time it will really, really look after you. And again, the third enchantment slot is always, you get whatever you want, so, you get Radiance, this has got double Radiance, but like, you can get Smiting, you get Swirling, so I've got Swirling on my axe because that was the other enchantment. But the third enchantment's really personal preference, I feel. Critical Hit and Gravity are a must. Critical Hit and Radiance are a must-have, and the third enchantment slot, however playstyle you want to play, it's up to you. It's up to you how you want to play. Anyway, now we're going to move on to the bows. The bow builds, and I'll basically just give you my opinion on the bow builds, bow enchantments. So I think Radiance on a bow enchantment is useless, in my opinion. Radiance on a bow enchantment is absolutely useless, unless you're playing like a really, really heavy support character, because this is the same thing where every time you hit, there's a 20% chance of healing within a circular area. Unless you're playing like a really, really support build, like you don't care about DPS at all, you're just there to like, support. I'd get like Radiance, Infinity, and like Gravity. Like Gravity is also another useless thing in my opinion on a bow build. But like I said, if you're playing really support, this will pull them in, you've got the Radiance shot, you've got Infinity, so you can replenish your arrows. That'd be like probably a pretty decent support build. But if you're just playing, for the standard bow build, I would 100% get Tempo Theft. Tempo Theft is absolutely awesome because it gives you the extra movement speed for 4 seconds, which is so much handy. It makes you so much quicker, like 50% stolen speed, and then you've got the mushroom plus I'm using boots of swiftness, so the speed is absolutely incredible. I get Chain Reaction too. I think Chain Reaction, again, it's another powerful enchantment. I think Tempo Fifth and Chain Reaction on a bow build is definitely must-haves. I think it's really awesome, especially if you're going with a proper bow build. When you've got Chain Reaction, you know, there's a chance to split your arrows into 5 different directions. And then I normally go with multi-shot because, especially when you have a bow build, you know, the extra arrows. So with the Harp Crossbow, it shoots 5 projectiles, and then with multi-shot, it shoots, what is an extra 5, I think? Is it an extra 5? Yeah, so there's a 40% chance to trigger. So you're shooting 10 arrows, and when you use like the firework or like the fire quiver, the torment quiver, it shoots 10 of them at once. So it does mass AoE damage, which is really, really, really awesome. But yeah, it's the same thing. You know, this has got really fast speed. The power isn't so great because it shoots lots of arrows, but then you know you've got all this. Again, it's all up to you really. It's all personal preference, but definitely 100% I'll recommend going Chain Reaction, Tempo Theft, and the third one, it's up to you. If you're doing a dead set bow build, then multi-shot probably be the way to go. But if you want to, you know, experiment, maybe you want to do full support. So you know, for full support, you probably would go Radiance, Infinity, and Gravity, because that's pretty much the support. You know, not really doing any DPS. You're just there to support your teammates. Now we'll move on to the armor enchantment. So on my current armor, I have Final Shout. I think Final Shout is amazing. So all it does is when your health drops below 25%, all these artifacts, all 3 of your artifacts here will get used, and it ignores their cooldown period. So basically, it ignores their cooldown period. So even if all these 3 artifacts are on charge, on cooldown, and we use them no matter what, it still uses them, and you don't have to worry at all. It will still use them, and that's just it's just super handy. Because like, especially when I get low HP, and like I'm using a mushroom's on a cooldown, and I've got my harvester here. It uses my harvester, mushroom, and business swiftness all at once. So I get like this big AoE damage from the harvester, and then I get this increased attack speed and movement speed ×2 with the business swiftness. So Final Shout, in my opinion, is a must-have. Chilling, in my opinion, you know, I don't see many people using it, but I really like Chilling. Every 2 seconds, it emits a blast that reduces the movement speed by 60% once fully maxed out, and attack speed by 60%. And I think this is really useful. When you're going in, you know, everything moving side, everything attacking side, it gives you a chance to do some damage, which I think is really nice. Now, I only have 1 cooldown on this, because this robe already gives you minus 25% artifact cooldown, so with the 27%, it's minus 52%, including that, so that's really nice. If I was using, say, something that didn't have it, so say something like this, the Renegade armor, I probably would get double cooldown, and I probably would replace Final Shout. I'd probably get rid of Final Shout with cooldown, because I still want to keep chilling. I still want the enemies to be moving slow, by all means, but yeah, I'd definitely replace it. So again, same with this, has got artifact cooldown, so I'd get minus 25% chilling. And Final Shout. Protection is good. If you're going for a tanky build, 100% go Protection. If you like, you're the guy and that's just taking all the shots, you know, you don't want to die. 100% go, you know, Protection. Then if you've got somebody in the back of Radiant Shot, you know, they're constantly healing you, which is really nice. In terms of all the other enchantments, I think they're kind of useless. You know, you don't really care about all this. You know, you're maybe Electrified, you know, might be too bad, you know, if you're doing a tanky build, it's absolutely enemies with 3,000 damage, you know, even Fire Trail maybe, but in terms of that, in my opinion, the powerful enchantments are just the way to go, hence why they're powerful. Might be a bit different on your bow build, you know, on your bow build you might want Thorns, you know, returns 20% of damage to the attacker, maybe Protection, maybe Snowball. Snowball is really nice actually, especially early games, Snowball was really nice. Even if you're playing in a group, when you're trying to revive someone and it's nighttime, you've got those mobs spawning, if you get this to max level for every second, it briefly stuns the aiming, you would never get hit when the mobs spawn in at nighttime, and you can revive all your teammates without having to worry about being hit. So this is actually really nice. Snowball is actually a really nice enchantment to have. They could have like a powerful enchantment of this where it shot like 3 snowballs every second, which would be really cool, but then it might be too overpowered. I don't know. But yeah, 100%. I've got another robe down here that's got the Protection, Chilling, and Final Shout because this didn't have cooldown. But this already comes to 25% artifact cooldown, so that's not too bad. But yeah, that is my opinion on the best enchantment. So again, Critical Hit, Radiance must have on your melee weapon, Tempo, Theft, and Chain Reaction must have on your bows, and in my opinion, Chilling and Cooldown are must-haves, and Final Shout, to me, it's, you know, almost a must-have. It's pretty darn good, but you can replace Final Shout with something else if, you know, it suits your build a bit better. But nonetheless, guys, that's just my opinion on what I think are the best enchantments in the game. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, be sure to go follow me on Twitch. You know, I live stream pretty much every single day. The link of that will be in the description below. Nonetheless, guys, I mean, have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Peace.